Hi, you're right.
Hi both, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Nice to see you. Both together. Wow, it feels like quite a while ago that we having a conversation about the girls, isn't it? Yeah. How is it? How are you finding the whole experience?
Good, yeah, it is exciting watching them learn. So and when they like get something and that little, light bulb, I love it. I always want to be a fly on the wall at school, and this is kind of it for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice to hear, because it is like that. I did say to you, didn't I? When they start to pick something up for the first time, you will be like, wow, like you were saying that they were pointing out the tricky words and things like that
Yeah,
in the stories. It's just magic, isn't it? They can't do it, and because they're learning, and then all of a sudden it's like a light bulb moment. you know it's really nice that you're both in a lesson as well,
yeah.
because obviously I get to speak to you both and you get to see them both on a weekly basis progressing. How do you feel about it, Dad?
On the whole, yeah, definitely we've seen progress. I was just saying to Klima that it's the sticky, tricky words that I've seen the most progress in.
That's really
I was going
good.
to mention about the stories where when we're reading at night time, they're picking out the words and
That's
they
Yeah,
want.
amazing.
yeah,
Honestly, yeah, that's so good because those kind of sticky, tricky words, you do think, oh, how are they supposed to pick these up? But it's just because it's repetition and it's just play and it's splatting them or putting them up on the, flashcard, and they do pick them up because they're different, right? Not sounding out, they are different. And obviously the sticky, tricky is quite nice for them as well, because it's kind of like a superhero, a sticky like a Spider-Man.
yeah.
So yeah, no, it's really good that you can see progress. The oral blending is getting much stronger. When we started with red, when I said, oh, on the first day, cat, and they didn't know. Now they're starting to pick it up with the sounds, which is brilliant,
They
honestly.
actually play with a toy of their own, and
Oh,
they're like, what did you say? What did you say?
I love that. I
And
absolutely
then
love
they like
that.
made up words like duh, what is it? And I'm like, dill?
Yeah.
But they're still sounding it out, right? And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
fun part of it, that they can have these alien words and they can play with language,
Yeah,
but it's magic because they're doing it themselves. And
yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like, oh, I have to do phonics now or something like that. It's, they're doing it with their own toys, just as
And
I
then
do.
and
So
then the other thing that you do is like first me, then you. And when
yeah,
they teach me, they're like, first me, then you, and then they're like
I love
they're
it.
like
I
waiting
love
for me
it.
to answer, and I love it, and they love being teachers. So
Oh, yes. Absolutely love being teacher. They do. That's one thing I picked up from my whole time in education is you make a mistake, they love it because then you're not perfect, right? We're not perfect anyway, but we show them that we're not perfect and they love it because then they think, oh, I can do it. I can do it. And that helps them with their confidence at the end of the day.
I think it's the other thing that I was worried about is the onlineness of the classes, which I don't see. Like the girls have been fine with that.
That's
So,
really good to hear.
and the whole like when they get a bit fidgety, you know what to do with them, and they just, I found that there's no issues. Every single day we're talking about sounds now on a
Yeah.
car journey, and the what mummy, what does hat, not hat, like what was she asking me today? Something that begin with,
What does mummy begin with?
yeah,
Teddy.
yeah, just
Oh,
random. What
yeah.
they
Oh,
talk
wow.
about sounds all the time, which wasn't the case before.
That's so
Whereas
lovely to hear.
plus
So if you were going to sort of like would you recommend this to other parents who are looking for support?
100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. What would you say to them?
I don't know.
I'd say to them that it's pretty mind-blowing. And you do get like those parents that are really interesting in watching their kids learn.
Yeah.
It's such a nice feeling to watch
Yeah,
and
that's so
listen.
nice.
Just because I'm sat on the side watching them, I'm not watching you.
Yeah,
And
of course.
and you can see it in their eyes when they get it, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And like, yeah, it is, they love it as well. Like they, kids, and they tell us that, we hate after school or breakfast club. We don't want to go. School,
Really.
love it. We love Mrs. Lathwaite. We love this teacher. And then like today, when they asked what are we doing today, because it's inset day, I said, oh, we're not doing anything really today. We got your lesson with Miss Joanne, and they were like, Miss Joanne, yeah.
Oh, that's so nice to
They
hear.
kids, they tell the truth about what they're feeling,
They
right?
do.
So it's
There's no
magic.
filter with them, is there?
Yeah, exactly. So if they didn't like it, we'd very much know.
Oh, well, that's good to know. That is good to know. And you always come happy as well, which helps, and that we're all on the same hymn, singing from the same hymn
Yeah,
sheet, which is important.
yeah,
So that's really, really good to hear that they love it. That's the best thing that I can hear, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think it's this the personal touches as well, the little characters. And I think Amaya one week mentioned about Frozen, and then the following week, yeah, the
Lorna,
Frozen.
yeah.
And then
Oh, she was so excited to tell me about that day. As
That
soon
song.
Miss Joanne knows Let It Go. Isn't that shocking? That's how she was telling me, like it was such a big thing
It
for
was
her.
a big thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
But
honestly.
ultimately, like we're not. Ultimately, the bottom line is we're here to help them learn, and we
Absolutely.
can see that they are learning, and that's it.
That's
Bottom
the
line.
icing on the cake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get reading, once they can read, and then it's maths and science, and you can read questions, things like that. That's why it is so important, and that's why it's magic, I think, when they get it, because you know that they're not just going to then thrive in reading, they're going to thrive in all of the other subjects because they can read the questions, or they can understand what they're reading. So that's important for me as well, that they have a love for it. So then that's probably going to have a knock-on effect to their future, if you like. So yeah, that's really good. That's really good to hear. I'm so glad you're happy. And yeah, let's continue on this journey.
Way, and they know like we're into the double letter sounds, and
Yeah.
like I'm just like, what
It's
is going
amazing,
on?
honestly. It's so nice that you actually enjoy it as well, watching it. It's like
Yeah,
what you just said, like you're a fly on the wall, as if you're in
yeah,
school. Because it is
yeah.
actually like that, isn't it? Because you don't get that luxury in school. Obviously, you
No.
get to speak to teachers, but you don't see the
Mm.
happenings of it.
And
Um,
with they're so young, they'll be learning one thing in school, like they'll be teaching them for mummy, and
yeah.
I'll be teaching them ma for mummy. Because we've not
Yes.
done phonics, so we'll be doing ma. Remember, right at the beginning, we were doing
Yeah,
it.
it's
So
kind of
then
a
that
learning bit for
confuses
us.
the child. So
Absolutely.
actually
Yeah.
listening, you doing it, we're learning to teach them as well. And
Yeah.
like even silly things like the lightning words and the curly words,
Yeah.
a clever way of teaching them. And so I've kept it in my head so that we're saying the same thing.
Thing.
It's a lightning word, so down first, and
Yeah.
then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, it's lovely to speak to you both.
Yeah.
And yeah, have enjoy the rest of your evening. I know it's late now. Thank you for meeting with me. And yeah, and I'll see the girls on Thursday. So just slightly earlier, isn't it? We said,
Okay.
was it 4:30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Lovely.
Bye.
Thank
See
you
you.
both. Have a lovely evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.